Hey Ultra Leaguers, it's Gankun and we'll be doing part 2 of the Gaia Agul versus a Galaxy Cup commentary matches we've been doing. So this is round 2 of Swiss. We came with a win for round 1 against Omega, and now we're playing Uncle Gito, who will have a Belial Zeton deck. So while everyone's getting ready, quick recap. We're playing a Gaia Agul here, trying to showcase the new level 2 triple R, the one that you may bounce a level 3 Gaia from the field that's a double or triple into your hand, and then you can put any level 3 Gaia onto the field that is able to level up with it. So this is a really strong card, opens the door for a lot of really good new combos. And we're just going to watch the matches, do some commentary on the combos that went well, didn't go well, and then you'll be able to use this and see how you can build your own Gaia Ghoul deck for BP7. So going into the match, we're going to just jump ahead past the shuffling. So we have round 1 here against Uncle Gito, who's playing Belial. I would say that this is a tricky matchup for Gaia Ghoul. So one thing to think about is that a Gaia Ghoul can have really strong combos. If you're able to bounce the triple R Belial back into the hand with the Gaia Supreme version triple R, you've shut down a lot of what Belial can do. However, on the flip side, if you just don't have the combo or you're just not able to line up the lanes just because of a poor hand, it's going to be a rough matchup. So we'll jump ahead to the game starting just a little further and start talking through the matches. So we will start us off round 1. We have a Gaia versus or a Belial versus an Agul lane. So with the Gaia Agul, it's really important that you do have a lot of cards. If you want to think of your best combos, you do need to build about 2 or 3 triples, and that will require some draw power. Now, unfortunately, if you don't have the level 1 Gaia, then you might have to play the Agul here just to get that extra draw and then get that opportunity to recycle 2 cards back in your hand. Unfortunately, though, this means that we will not be able to bounce the Belial triple R back into the hand. So this might have been a difficult call to make. It's hard to say when you just don't have the cards. You just have to get something in your hand if you don't have any level 1s. So this is not the setup and starting turn you would want. So here Belial is going to do their draw and we'll do ours and really figure out how can we come back from this lane 1 to get to our Gaia triples ASAP. So while we're just going through this, we're going into round 2, and Uncle Gito has lead. And this is definitely a deck that takes a lot of time to think about your combos. I would say playing against Belial, it's a lot trickier just because there's a lot more unknowns. If your opponent's playing a Belial Zeton deck, I mean, we could see here that there were Gatana Thors from the discard. So you really have to think about how do you just not lose by playing doubles on your way to making triples, because Belial can always do a BP grade up to effectively have multiple triples on the field. So Uncle Gito is going very aggressive with multiple level ups, so it'll be really important for us to do what we can. So we didn't have the level 2 Agul. We did need to get something going in order to draw that card, but we're going to have to play catch up for the rest of the match. So here we play the Gaia Scene Search. The Gaia Scene is a great way to take lead. And if you're able to, win the game. If you can take lead and play the Gaia Scene, then that'll be a strong way to do a bounce and get yourself a level up. So with this, we have Promo Zeton. Luckily, we've turned it off, but we do know that at any point this can be. Actually, since it is a double, there is no BP grading up with this for Belial, so it's locked at 14 for this game. If we can build a triple here, that is at least one lane we can secure. So key thing with playing the Gaia Agul matchup is really trying to build multiple triples that you can keep out of reach for Belials. It's very difficult for most kaijus to break past 17k, so that's really going to be the numbers we're looking for with this match. So going in round 3, trying to see what we can do to build those triples and put ourselves in the best position we can. So it's one of those things that just best to play it slow and simple, get to those triples and level up. So here we're going to play a 1-2 Scene Search again. This will get us closer to our next triple that we'll be able to secure lanes 2 and 3. And Zeton here, we'll have to play our Gaia Agul Blade. Unfortunately, we won't be able to take a lead to play that scene we have, but it's just got to play the long game with this one. So with this, we've secured lane 2. We are losing lane 3. But the nice thing is that it can't really go up past 17k. So if we can get that triple there, that's at least a 17k, we should be in a good position to really push for a turn 5 game. So with this, Uncle Jito still has lead. Not the best position we'd want to be in, but just work our way slowly. We did have to give up that lane 1 with the Agul, but hopefully that extra card we got will help us get those triples we need. So this is kind of the trade-off you go. If you can build triples, you'll be safe no matter what. So sometimes you just have to give up those lanes. So here we play our level 3, and fortunately that is all we have. So we're going to take a shot here. We play a Kaiju Killer, which is a 10k. And if it's a card that Belial's not able to BP grade increase, sometimes that's what'll win a game. So we play our level 1 Gaia. Yeah, very important to use in a matchup, and then they're going to play Zomera. So with Zomera, unfortunately, it's a 10k, so we will tie either way, and Belial has the option to BP grade up that card. So here we've secured lanes 2 and 3 with the triples, but it's still, unfortunately, we just don't have that third triple, which will be very difficult for us to take this. And fortunately, even a Ghoul Blade won't have much to do here, so they play another Belial that any of those targets are able to level up, and unfortunately, we just had a level 3 Ghoul, 8k singles, best we can really put out with this one. So this will probably be game 1. They can see that here they do a BP grade up to lane 4, and then Zomera is now going to be able to win those 3 lanes. So unfortunately, we have a win for we have a win here for game 1, round 1. So now we'll go into the next match. So some commentary on that one. Yeah, it is very difficult when you just don't have those guys that get you the draw. So we'd seen last round that if you can go very aggressive early on, that draw, if you have lead Gaia as one source of cards, you have some extra cards from your Agul cards, and you have your Gaia level 1s and your new Gaia triple art, which isn't a bounce but can still realign your board. So one thing to think about though with even the Agul level 2 bounce is that because Belial's able to do a BP grade increase to most lanes, this is a very risky card to play if you don't have some other lanes that can secure and protect you against a BP grade up. So something to keep an eye out for. And this is definitely one of those matchups where if you have the triples, you should be in good shape. If you just don't have enough triples, then the Belial BP grade ups and high Kaiju BPs will give you a rough time. So we're going to go fast forward a little bit into game 2, see if we can make a comeback here. So this, let's see, getting us reset. We're going to have lane 1 on our side, and we will take lead this game. So one thing with lead, I'm playing with the Gaia Agul deck. At least it's not the worst case to be in if you're going to have a hand and just want to play aggressive. Because if you can get that early lane 2 or turn 3 scene, can do wonders. You just need one bounce, and that'll make up for you having to reduce the cards in your hand. So here we have both of us doing a draw, and we have some Kaiju Killer level 1s or Nagul. If we need the triples, level 1's always a good option, or if we have already enough level 1s, then setting up for a Nagul that can give us an extra bump, always reliable. So with this, and then we can see on the Belial side, we have Zetons and level 5, so depending on what they take, we'll have a good idea of what they're setting up towards. So seeing that they've taken the level 5 Belial, typically in this situation, I would assume that they're going to either play that level 5 in lane 2 as a single, or maybe just rushing to a triple as a double. So if we're able to outpower any Belial doubles next turn, that should give us a good shot at lead. So we're going to play with that and see if we're able to come back from this game. So getting that draw though, we want to definitely think about how we set up our triples, and yep, we're aligned pretty well for lane one. If we're able to bounce their triple R Belial's back in hand, then we will be safe for a good number of turns. So yeah, we're going into lane two. We'll do another draw, really set us up for as many cards as we can and guarantee that we'll have enough cards to hit our triples. So here we are going to not be able to take the scene, but we can take another level 2. So we're already pretty set towards getting our triples. And then on the Belial side, they will play Kaiser Mantle. So they'll have a lot of Belials to work with. So something we have to watch out for. So we see here they are able to get some Belials. They missed the first one, but it's just going to come down to triple and trying to figure out where they're going to play their triple R Belial. So here, Uncle Jito does take lead, and we're going to do our best to set us up for a good combo. So this is a nice setup. If you can play a 1-2 in turn 1 and a single in lane 2, then on turn 3, if you do have the triple R Gaia, there's a lot you can do with this. So these are really, if you're able to draw, I feel like 3 cards in your matches, you've usually got a lot of options to set up really strong combos in turns 3 and 4. So again, this is one of those things where a lot of it does feel like it comes from your opening hand, but if you have the right opening hand and you can play through all the combos, there's a lot you can do with the Gaia decks. So let's see. Uncle Jito is going to prepare his round 3 card here, and then we are thinking through what combo we'll play. So if they play their Belial triple R in lane 1, we could potentially bounce it back. We won't be able to do anything in lane 2, very likely. So at this point in the game, we're really thinking about how do we make the biggest turn 4 combo without accidentally losing and giving up lane or turns 3. So this is definitely where a lot you can do with the game, and you really have to think about your current turn and the next turn. How do you not lose this turn and set up towards your big combo turn? So here we see that there was only 1 level up from the Belial side. They didn't have any Belial level 3s, and then this is where we can really go all in. So here we're going to bounce their lane 1. This pretty much locks them out of that Belial triple R in turn 4. At least in lane 1. And then they're going to play their promo Zeton. We do have Agul here. They'll keep it in the 14k range. It would take us quite a bit of time to build to an Agul triple. So we'll really want to think about how we can go all in on turn 4 if our hand can give us a combo big enough to close the game. So we're in a pretty interesting spot. There's no way we can really take back lane 3, but we have more or less guaranteed lane 1. And if we can do anything to bounce the Belial in lane 2 and then overpower anything they play in lane 4, there's a good shot at us winning the game here. So we'll think about this and prepare for turn 4. I don't actually remember all of the details I had in my hand at this point, but pretty much it's all coming down to building towards the biggest combos you can make here. So since we do have the Gaia Supreme back in our hand, we can pretty much bounce any hope of them playing Belials. So this is by far like the perfect combo hand you can have, where we're able to play a 1-2 in lane 4. That pretty much means we'll be able to bounce back anything they can play in lanes 4, and then we've neutralized everything in the first 2 lanes. So this is definitely one of those games I was talking about where if you have the right hand like this, Gaia just destroys anything. So here we'll take the win for lane 2. A lot of it came to having that extra draw, making sure we had all the pieces we want, and then really setting up towards that lane 4 combo. So you pretty much want to, when you're playing Gaia Agul, have a level 1 of any kind and then your level 2 triple R, and set that up for your closing turn. And then if you play any level 3s with on-play effects, you'll be able to pretty much just get multiple plus 2Ks, multiple bounces, multiple draws. and set triples wherever you need to. So this might mean that if you're a big combo player setting it up for turn 4, you might have to give up lane 3, whether it's getting you another draw like we did with the Agul, or you're playing like a level 2 here, that way you can play another level 3 in the following turn. Pretty much anything you can do to set up the final play. So now we're going into round 3. Jumped a little bit ahead. All right, so here Uncle Jito has lead, and we're going into game 3. It's really been dice roll, sometimes with just how good of a hand you have. So here we do have our Gaia level 1. So it's off to a good start. Really this is what you want to see in your starting hand. That way you can just get as many cards as you'll need for the game. So they're going to take their Belial triple R, so we do know that that's something we'll have to watch out for. And here we're going to see what we can get towards. So here we have a choice. We can get some extra draw. If we have the hand power, we want to go for the Belial triple R. And in this case, this is what we want to do. But you also have to think about if you just don't have enough level 1s, you do need to make sure you have enough cards for a triple. So remember, the game strategy here is to build as many triples as you can to outpower your opponents, and then use your Gaia combos to keep them in check. So with this, Uncle Jito will have lead again going into game 2, or round 2. Turn 2. All right, so with this, let's see. So I think overall, though, like playing this deck, a lot of it has come down to a lot of practice, knowing what combos you can and can't do. Needs a good amount of just playing the hands, knowing what Gaias you have in your deck. There are other Gaias that we haven't really used here that I do think are worth considering. It's just a matter of finding that level of consistency versus like explosive power you want in your Gaia Agul deck. But all in all, I can definitely see why this deck is winning Galaxy Cups in Japan. I just think it's just missing that touch of consistency you need to power through a lot of the popular Belial and Zetton Kaiju decks we're seeing right now. All right, so we'll pretty much do our levels up here. They'll play Jeet Identity, and we will be playing 1 level up. And here, saving our combos for later. So we are playing the new level 1 Gaia. This one gives you a plus 1,000 for every Gaia you have in the field, and then they're going to play their Belial Mantle. So with this, we're going into our 12k. We have lane 1, and then we'll be losing lane 2, and Uncle Jito has lead still. So here, really it's coming down to making sure we can survive. We do have the Gaia triple R that should protect us from any Belial triple Rs. But we'll still need to see how do we actually win our other lanes. So making sure we have enough level 2s, level 3s, and triples to sustain ourselves. So let's see what we play here. And then both of us, we've seen each other draw the level 3 triple Rs. So we know that I have a bounce. We know that they have the Belial triple R. All right, so with this, we're going to try to save the bounce for later. We're going to make sure we take lead. So this is a really interesting Gaia Agul combo you can do. So you can see here on our side, we play Gaia Agul Blade, which will bump us to 17k by returning the top card of a triple. But we're also going to play the Gaia level 3 that lets us give plus 2,000 on play. So this will put us at 19k in lead 1. So if you have a scene card, this is a really solid play to get lead over anything Belial can do pretty much. Short of like a promo Zetton, this would be able to get us all the way to 19k, and that should beat any 2-card combo that Belial can pull out. So this is our going all in to try and do something really strong here. We have that lane 2 has a Zetton. We might be able to power through that with just the right double, and we'll try to see what we can do here with getting a strong lane 1. We still have the Gaia Triple R in our hand. We have another plus 2k, but we still have to win lane 4. So we'll have to see if the scene is enough to make up for that difference. So this is really our chance to go all in. Unfortunately, though, we do have 2 Belial Triple Rs on the field, so even if we do bounce 1, there's always going to be a BP grade up somewhere, which we're hoping we can deal with 1. Dealing with 2 is going to be very difficult. And then we still have lane 2. 2 is left as a level 1 for various reasons. If we do top deck that level 2 Triple R, that can be an extra bounce we need and really set up for like a game-winning move. But we'll have to see what we have here. So they do play a promo Zeton, but we do play a Ghoul here. So we're safe against a promo Zeton to some degree. We have here a 12k double, and if we're doing a bounce, but unfortunately we actually didn't have enough bounce cards in this hand. So even though we do bounce the Belial Triple R, Belial is actually able to stay in the game with that BP grade up. So we have a 12k in lane 3 against our 11k Belial, and a 12k Agul against their 9k Zeton. So we're winning 3 lanes, but Belial can still stay in this game, and we'll have to see if we're able to come back with a turn 5 win. So yep, Uncle Jito is going to discard a card to give a BP grade up to their Zeton, making it 14k, and it'll get them lead. If only we had a bounce. Again, if we had just a level 2 Gaia somewhere, that last bounce for BP grade down could have been it, but unfortunately, no luck there. So Uncle Jito will now take lead, and we're going into turn 5. So with this game, we've only had 1 draw, so it's difficult to sustain multiple triples. So we're just kind of playing our top card. Unfortunately, we just don't have anything else after that. So getting those extra draws you really want, but it's tough to say. When I put more ghouls, you just don't have enough Gaias to work with, and then when you have not enough ghouls, you just don't get enough draw. But with this, we have a really beefy Katana Thor in lane 5, which is going to be the end of the game, and Belial is now back with 2 BP grade ups. So with that, that'll pretty much be game. So we'll see here. Yes, we have a win in lane 3, 4, and 5, and with that, good game with Uncle Jito. We've gotten to good amount of matches. Felt like a little closer, or those are the better games I like to see with round 3, where it could go either way. You have to really think through your combos. Game 2 was a lot of fun, where you just throw a lot of bounces and you just sweep everything. However, then you also have those games like round 1, where you just can't really do too much, and Kaiju decks will be able to outpower you. So I feel like it's a tough matchup. However, if you have enough draw and you set up your combos very well, there's almost nothing that the Belial decks can do against you. But on the flip side, if you're not able to build at least 2 triples, it will be difficult to stay in that game. So I hope everyone enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun playing Uncle Jito again for the round 2 of the Galaxy Cup. Now, I do apologize that there were some technical difficulties with round 3, but I'll summarize some of the matches and footage we had. We did also play just a couple different games with Gaia Agul against other people while we were there. So while we don't have the full round 3 of Swiss for the Galaxy Cup, we did end up losing again to another Belial Zeton deck. Had, again, just like this, some games where we had just a sweep with the Gaia combos, and then games that just couldn't get the level 3s you need to close the game. So hope everyone enjoyed this, and we'll see you in the next set of Gaia Agul match videos. Thank you.